Can we hear you? Are you wired up?
I am.
Okay, you ready to go?
No.
Oh, you don't want to go anywhere near her. I don't blame you. She's coming for you.
Yeah, I'm good if you guys are good.
We're good. Judges ready? Okay, Trevor Mertes from Cochrane, Alberta. Doing a wonderful job with Emmy-Lou. And if you're ready, Trevor, we'll start the timer right now. 45 minutes.
Good enough. How's everybody doing so far today? Good. She is doing well too. Look at that, eh? Perfect. Tarp train now. Good. Look at that. Good. She found me. Hey, you're okay, kid. You're okay. Now, I was walking around yesterday and there was whispers. And I know you did it already, but there's people in this session that weren't here this morning for the morning session. And it's somebody's birthday today. So we're going to have to sing happy birthday because I practiced something here for her. And our judge here, Ms. Lori, it's her birthday. So you might have to turn this microphone down a little bit, but if everybody wants to join with me here, we're going to sing a little happy birthday.
Where's Jason? We need him to lead the singing like he did last time.
1, 2, 3.
Oh. Way to go.
Happy birthday.
Oh, Lori, making your day, I hope. I think that's worth 15 points on the judging sheet, I think, too.
That's the only circus trick you'll see me do. Actually, while I'm getting this little filly moving out here, I'm just leading her out, offered a feel, asked her to go. She's doing well today. When I moved out to Alberta about 8 years ago from BC, I went to work at Mosley Feedlot, which they were running about 50,000 head of cattle at the time. Now, there she's stopping on the front end. I want that front end to free up and find forward motion. Forward. There you go. Good girl. And I actually used to use the harmonica to check pens when I was checking calves when they came in. If I rode into a pen on a colt and I started playing a tune as I rode around, about 90% of the healthy calves would look up and look at me and perk their ears at me. The other 10-20% left me only about 40 to 50 head of cattle out of the 200 to 300 in a pen. And that's all I had to usually go ride through. And I was able to keep the death loss under 1%, even though I was just playing my harmonica as I rode around all day. So it was kind of a neat way of checking pens. You still have to be a good pen checker to get away with it, but it was a fun little tip and trick to use. Also in minus 25 to 30, it's kind of nice to be blowing on your hands and keep them warm. So here I'm rolling the hind end over. As that hind end rolls over, I'm gonna slide my leading hand up. I'm gonna move the front left foot out and away like that. Good. So now I've got control of her back end and her front end all in one motion. Right, head staying low. Ears are halfway forward depending on where I'm breathing into what speaker. Send her out the other way, nice. There she moved her inside front left foot first. That's not what I'm looking for. I was looking for a front right foot to step first, but that's okay. She found forward motion. We're gonna do the opposite of what we just did. There you can see she's ducking in on the front end now. There she moves out, good. Roll the hind end over. Gonna take my leading hand up. In a second, when she gets more forward, I'm gonna move that front right foot out and away, right about here. Good. See, and that actually pushed her out of my space. So if you got a horse that's pushy on you, stop, thank you. If you got a horse that's pushing on you, all the groundwork we've been doing this weekend, I start on the front end, right? I want to establish that space, establish that barrier, move that front foot out and away from me. Now I've got it to the point where I can just lift the rein up, or a halter shank at this moment, and I can move a front outside foot away. There. Good. So now there's no No need, she's not coming on me at all. Good. When I stop, she stops. She stopped mostly running away on me now. Throughout the weekend, there was a few times there where I would stop and she'd still take 10 to 15 steps. She ran away with me for those 10 to 15 steps. Okay? Runaways don't start on a runaway. Ray Hunt used to say that he'd never been on a runaway because he can ride them as fast as they run away. Right? Runaways don't really exist. A lot of people opt for jumping off when they lose control on a horse. In my opinion, you've taught that horse that they can just get you off if they run fast enough. So obviously, if there's a cliff in front of you, you're probably going to jump off. There, she's nicely. Oh, there you go. Good. She's even looking at the judges. She just said happy birthday again.
Yeah.
There, I'm just going to turn her loose. Walk over, licking her lips and chewing. Good. This horse is about 90% with me. Right? She's not real lost. Even when we walked in here, she had her little run and buck, came back over, checked me out, and followed me around and went, hey, I like that guy. We've had a pretty good thing going on. So here, I'm not pulling on her. I'm just going to take the slack as I gently ask her to flex. There she's fighting it, just a hair. Can you look at the judge and wink? There you go. Good girl. There, good. Nice, licking and chewing as she comes around. I like to get that down to about 5 steps, right, with her. I want to see that nose tip out, step out on that front outside foot, disengage the back, and then come around. Sometimes you can get lucky enough to do it in 3. I'm okay if she gets that down to 5. Good girl. These horses have been going through a lot this weekend. I've gone a little slower with her, and I've been hoping to save her for today, right? Every session we get, I just build a little more trust, a little bit more trust, a little bit more. These horses have never been to town. They've been out on a ranch, running in the mountains, doing whatever they want. It's a lot to take in. It's really easy to burn out these horses. On the flip side of that, these horses have a lot of energy because they haven't been living in a 2-acre pen for the whole winter or their whole life, right? They've had a few quarter sections of mountains and rivers to be running through. So they're in shape. They can handle everything that we're doing. They are 3-year-olds. There seems to be a misconception around that we're working 2-year-olds this weekend. These are all 3-year-old colts. So typically with the 3-year-old, you can work them 3 hours in a session, depending on how heavy that session is, right? So if I get a 3-year-old in for training, I can go for a 3-hour light trail ride, do a little trotting, maybe a little loping, and just go up and down a mountain. Not a steep mountain, but go around trail riding, right? If I'm going to spend most of my time in an arena with a 3-year-old loping, I'm probably not going to push it past 45 minutes that I actually work with them, right? So it's kind of dependent on how we train and what we do with them. Going to get her to stand here while I put a pad on. Good enough. Don't want to beat that to death too much. Has anybody seen us working on ground tying this weekend? If you've been around. Okay, we haven't really talked about it, but I can guarantee you every session I've been working on it. Kate demonstrated a nice way of working on that earlier. I'm going to show a little bit of a different way here. Second of all, don't do it right now, but everybody needs to go and give Kate a round of applause for that ride he made on that colt. I'm glad it was him. Here, if she's not going to stand, that's okay. I'm not getting too worried about it. Just like yesterday, instead of backing her up, I'm actually going to move a front foot over. I just changed the direction a little bit up. Right here, the last few days, I've been hooking it with my halter shank. Today, I'm just going to bend over and reach down underneath her, grab it. Turn her loose, let her stand, see if she can ground tie. Like I said, we've been kind of working on it. I'm not going to pull the cinch real tight while I'm attempting my ground tie. But I do want it on there. There's my rear cinch. So, hey girl, how you doing? I'm just going to hold her here while I play with this. Tighten that just a little bit. So, Some of you might be saying, well, what do you mean you've been working on ground tie? You haven't. I haven't heard you talk about it, haven't seen you do it. Well, we have. Oh, are you a little lost today? Let's just back up a step or two. Good girl. Lick and chew. Nice change. You see how I got a little lost there? You guys probably saw that a little better on this side. She got a little lost. Backed up a step or two. She found it pretty quick. So we've been working on the ground tie because I've been teaching her to follow a feel to lead out. If I don't lead out with my hand and I don't slide my hand down the halter shank, I haven't asked her to go anywhere, and she shouldn't be going into this breast collar is just going to give me a pain, isn't it? I need to get better with using these things. I usually don't. So she should follow the feel of my hand sliding down the rope. If she doesn't feel anything on the rope, she should stand.
I'm not sure if my eyes are working right, Trevor, but it kind of looks like your breast collar is on the outside of your rope on this side.
That's a safety thing.
Oh, okay.
We're going to make sure that that rope stays on if she does go to buck like Cade's did.
Yeah.
That's my holy crap strap.
There you
Thanks.
go.
Thanks, you.
Yeah, anytime.
So here, she should stand, right? You should stand. Good girl. Good girl. So I should be able to walk anywhere with this halter shank on the ground, and she should be able to stand there, right? Oh, no, there. I'm just going to back her up a step or two. There we go. Good. Good. So now if I pick this halter shank up again, if I start to slide my hand down it, that's giving her a feel. If I don't, I should be able to walk wherever I want to, as long as that halter shank doesn't move, and she should stand. Right? Now that I've taught her to lead, like we did the first day, I just slide my hand down as that halter shank, see the change in her head there? She's feeling that, but she's not, there she goes. There's a good step. She followed that feel. I didn't have to get real big to send her out. Right? That's what I'm looking for later when we go to the bridges and the tarps. I want her to follow that feel. Good. Disengage that back end. Nice. Straighten that saddle pad. Good enough. Good. Good. Okay, I'm gonna walk over here, send her to the right. It is kind of unfair to try to get her to stand right after I saddled her. She has been a little cinchy this weekend and a little tighter, so that was a real good try on her part just to stand a little bit. Disengage the hind end, forward motion on the front end, roll the hind end over. Stop. Let her think about that stop. Soak in that stop. Front right foot should step away from me first towards the crowd. Wrong foot, that's okay. We're going to work on that. Remember, I want to get 100% control of the feet, so that way I'm at least at 70% control of the feet when I go to get on. There she's kind of stopping on the front end. We don't want a repeat of yesterday morning session where she went up and down instead of forward. Right? So I want to get this forward motion real nice here. Good. You can trot if you want. Let's pick that up a little. Using my gear shifter here, little life. Don't need to shift anymore, she's moving quicker. Pick this up again, pick up a little life. Put it down. Good, disengage. Other way. Send her over, nice. So Hugh, we've been talking about spurs the last 2 days. Look what I put on for you.
Oh boy, rock crushers.
More or less just to talk about it because a lot of people see these bigger spurs that I've got on at the moment and they think they're harsh. These are a heck of a lot softer than a barrel racer spur. No offense to barrel racers. But those little ones with those sharp, only little 5 prongs on them, you can really dig into their ribs if you want to. These bigger ones, you've got more surface area. It's a lot smoother and a lot nicer to these colts to roll up with these on them than with those little ones. I don't know if I'll actually need spurs on her. She kind of found her forward motion pretty good yesterday, but I figured I might as well put it on for an opportunity to talk some more.
I can't imagine you running out of things to talk about.
I could talk all day if I need to, but we'll see here. Just gonna. Good try. Oh dear, that was almost scary. Almost. We haven't worked on tarps yet, so that's pretty good. Just don't step on the hackamores if you don't mind. That's the hackamore I said don't step on.
Oh dear, yeah, those are.
That serves
worth
me
a
right
lot,
for doing
very
this before
expensive.
we even moved them.
Yeah.
If I owned something I was worried about getting ruined, I definitely wouldn't own it.
Did you braid that one?
I did not, no. One day.
Yeah.
One day I'll learn. I've got as far as making the hangers for them out of saddle strings, and that's about it.
Yeah, I can do that too.
Good girl. I did go and pick up a different hackamore. That's why there's two in here today. Went over to my friends at Hickman Saddlery, and they were kind enough to lend me one to see if it fits her a little better today. So we'll be doing a little trial on that. We're probably sitting around 33 minutes, though. Hey, you?
You're right on a half an hour.
Okay.
30 to go.
I'm just going to check this before I go a little farther and take the halter off. Get that right around her backside. Work on flexation here on the left side. That's pretty good. She's a little tipped out there. That's a little nicer. Right, I'm looking for a flex. I want the nose under the pole. There, good girl. Nice change in the eye. If this was a more goofy colt, I wouldn't be standing so open to her backside as she does that. Don't want anybody going home and trying that and getting kicked in the face. I've had a few colts where I've had to get a 30-foot rope or my 60-foot lariat just to get around the back of them because they're so skittish of ropes and stuff touching their back end. There, that's a little bend, right? This crowd can see that her ears are tipped to the left, her nose is tipped to the right. What I'm actually, there's a little flex. I want that nose under the pole. There, I just want her ear to go towards the judge a hair. There, that'll work, sure. Ears forward, why not? Not 100% what I'm looking for, but close enough to be okay with it for now. She tried, right? Now she's coming back, licking her lips. Good. Probably shouldn't have left these here to begin with. Let's go this way. I'm not super concerned about riding too quick today. Two different ways of doing this. I could hop on her and ride her first for 5 or 10 minutes and lope her around, or I could work on obstacles first and get back to that later. I already know I can ride her, hopefully. Shouldn't speak too soon. There. So we're just gonna, again, take her by like we did with the bridge. See how her body kind of looks at that? That's fine. I want to take her away, save her life, let her go somewhere. Now maybe we'll bring her just a little closer. Good. See? That dirt doesn't taste so good. Thanks, girl. I once was doing a colt, or not a colt starting, it was actually a desensitization clinic. That's fine, let's go this way. Come my way. Good. And we were working with a Tennessee Walker, I believe. And we were tarping the horse, and the horse was doing really well with the tarp on its back. Let's go by it. Go away from it. Go away from it. Good. And that tarp came over that horse's back, and it was good until it wasn't. And that horse bit that tarp, and that tarp spooked the horse, and that horse clamped down harder on the tarp, and it carried that tarp in its mouth, chasing itself all the way around the arena for a while. So, there.
There's a good book by Martin Black and Dr. Peters called Evidence-Based Horsemanship. And Dr. Peters is a kind of a brain specialist and neurologist with horses. And in the book, there's a chapter on what happens there. And when they grab the tarp with their mouth, and then they immediately go into the reactive side of their brain, it's impossible for them to open their mouth and let go. It's just that situation. So then they're locked on until their brain changes.
Yeah, and that's a great book. If you're ever looking for something to read, pick up that one by Martin Black. It's solid. Yeah, you can stomp on it. A little more forward. I don't really care too much if she's... Oh, now you just moved it on yourself. Let's go forward. You can do it. You can do it.
Oh, yeah.
Good enough. All right, not a big deal. That's more her idea than mine. I'm sending her there. I'm asking her to go there a little bit, making it her idea to change and go over it, right? I don't need to force her over stuff because that's going to set her up to fail. I also got told by Mel that whatever colt I picked now, which she told me after I picked this one, is my 90-day colt starting challenge colt for their competition they run. So if she doesn't sell this weekend, I got 90 days with this mare coming up. So I don't want to blow her mind on obstacles now if I want to teach obstacles all summer off of her. Good. Look at that change. Nice. Let's get away from that tarp. Good. Just going to build her confidence with this stuff a little bit at a time. Good. Perfect. Good. Again, I don't need to be the one walking over everything. I don't need my boots getting wet when we go to a creek. Right? I'm trying to lead her. I'm trying to send her. I want her to go ahead of me, not always get used to me being in front. When I go to ride this horse, well, I can't say I've never ended up in front of a horse, because I definitely have a few times, but I don't want to be riding in front of this horse because I just can't figure that one out without hitting the ground. So I need to set her up to be okay, that I can be back here and drive her forward over these things. No, we don't want backward, we want forward. Good. Good enough. Let's go around the other way. Let's go around the other way. Look at it in your right eye. Maybe come in a little. Good. Maybe take a step towards it here. No, you can't. Go towards. Good girl. Good girl. Don't paw. I'd rather forward motion. Good. Little pressure release. There she's licking her lips. Good. Oh, you saw that flag behind me, did you? Good. See how much she just looked at that? She saw the flag, picked up a little step, put the flag away, she came right back down. She's right in tune with where I need her, well, where I like her to be. Front left foot, beautiful. Good. So there as she came around, she thought about coming in. I just lifted my hand up and then moved that front outside foot away, and she was able to step up and over that. Good. Now we got a nice little send going. Let's see if we can come back here. She's like, no, don't dodge. We can go that way too. We'll just change the question. Here, come that way. Even better. We don't need to go the way I thought we could. Maybe we'll try this time. Right, she's got to see it both ways. Cool. Good girl. Right, so all these little steps we've been building. It may look slow, it may not look like a circus act, but we've been building a lot of trust in this little filly. I've been, like I said earlier, I've been really working on saving her for today. I didn't want to blow her mind. I didn't want to overdo it. I just wanted to build that trust to a point I can take her outside and do something with her if I want to. A lot of times working feedlots and ranches, I'd only have 5 rides on a colt and it's time to go to work. A lot of times a lot of horses I've started have been around 4 or 5 years old. It's kind of nice. I don't mind them being a little older and a little bigger. Then you can kind of get a few rides on them and they're ready to go to work, and it doesn't matter if you're out there for 4 or 5 hours. They're big enough and they're strong enough to handle it. Sometimes it's easier because there's no immaturity either. Good enough. That's a good try. Good. See how she always comes in and looks at me, right? She's right with me and looking to me for that release, which is perfect. When I'm doing the groundwork, I don't always like her to face up to me. Facing up is an aggression thing. When a horse faces up to a wolf, right, they're going to fight him. What I'm looking for is that she finds it to be okay. Roll that hind end over, put my hand out right here. That's a little closer than I wanted. Right? I want her to find me here where I'll be riding and be okay with it here where I'll be riding. Because now this is her release and I can sit there and she should be okay with me in theory. You never know on these 3-day events if in theory works. But in theory, that's what I'm looking for. Good. Are we at the 20-minute mark there?
Exactly. How do you do that? Wow. That's scary.
She's telling me that, Hugh.
Oh, right.
She's whispering it in my ear where we're at.
It's Emmy-Lou. She knows.
Yep. So some people say, oh, you're a horse whisperer, are you? I say no. But I did whisper to my stallion once that if he behaved, he could keep his nuts, and so far he's listened. So therefore, I will claim that as horse whispering. I'm just going to try on a different hackamore here before I leave the gate and just see where we're at. This is, you might think I'm just killing time. I am. She's been doing really good over there, so I'm going to give her a little bit of a mental break over here. I don't want her to become a gaited horse, but I am going to just stand here for 2 seconds so I don't have to walk farther than I need to with these hackamores. Now, I do need to stop buying secondhand hackamores because they come pre-twisted, and that's a pain. Actually, that's not too bad. I'm not going to get into a whole lot about where I want it to sit, other than I want it kind of where it is at the moment.
I've had an experience where I've set the hanger just a hair too long.
Yep.
And then with the McCarty leading my horse through a slipwire gate, and the hanger has just slipped over her ears, and off it comes. And I'm closing the gate, and I still got the McCarty in my hand, but I don't have my horse.
I feel like I was there leading her over the bridge yesterday.
Could happen
why
pretty
I
easy.
figured.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's somewhat okay.
If the heel knot's too low, it can just slip under her chin and
Yeah.
come off that way.
This might be a little tight for her. I need an in-between size. So I might just take my other hackamore I had yesterday and just run the reins through it one more time. We'll just see. For right now, this will work okay. See these twists? This is why you guys take your McCartys off your hackamores every day when you get a new one and retie it every morning, because otherwise they get kind of knotted and twisted like that if they sit there. And unfortunately, when you buy them secondhand, they come pre-twisted sometimes. Good. I like her looking. She's looking and chewing. This one is going to be a little snug on her. And don't think I'm amazing at tying a McCarty on, because I just watched Martin Black's video on it on YouTube so I could remember exactly what to do. I didn't want to get in here and have it come apart on me, and sometimes it's better to double check with somebody more experienced.
Yeah, complicated process.
It is.
Reminds me of Ian Tyson's great song, Yakima to Freno.
Yeah.
Hackamore to spade bit, the entire California bridle horse procedure.
We're always learning. Good girl. We're always learning, and we can't remember everything, so there's no point in saying you know everything and that you have it all dialed in, because I can guarantee you I do not. So, not quite often, but every now and then, people will ask me something. I say, honestly, I do not know. But I know a guy I can call, and he'll have an answer for you. So give me about a week to 3 months, and I'll get in touch with him and get back to you. Good. I'm just trying to bump her, get her used to the stirrup again, get that hind end to move off before I hop on. Good. See there? The way she's stopping right, you can stop again. Thanks. Right there. Right there. That's nice. Good. So the way she was stopping, that hind left foot was in front of the hind right foot. That's untrusting to me. If she's going to turn away from me, she needs to have her feet opposite, because that front or that hind left foot in front of the hind right, she can plant that and kick off on this hind right and spin away from me, right? So if she's standing like this, that's on the back, that's an evasive stance. She could be standing there licking and chewing like she's been doing this weekend. That's not 100% control and not 100% with me. So I'm taking notes on where her feet stop at each time that we're doing this, right? I want to bump her leg over here, see there? See how she's putting it there again? She's guarding that back hind right foot. There she steps over slightly. There she stopped again where she can evade. She can plant that outside right foot, kick off with the hind left foot, and be away from me. Right? Those little pieces of horse body movement will go a long way with how good your day goes. See, there again, she did it. There again, she's doing it. There again. There she steps over nicely. We'll quit there and reward the good stuff. She's trying real hard. Remember on Friday as well, I said she was kind of chewy, right? She's not really biting me, but she is kind of a chewy little mare. That's very genetic with this breeding. The sire tends to throw that, and you can see today, it's pretty much gone, right? It does go away, not a big deal. I haven't really worried about it, haven't really picked on her for it. I just take it as it is and that it's her. And I like a horse with personality. In the Chilcotin, we rode a lot of wild horses. Nice thing about the wild horses, all the slow ones, bad-footed ones, and dumb ones die. So you're always guaranteed a smart horse that can run fast. I like that in a horse. I don't want to ride a dumb horse into a swamp or a bog. There she's kind of playing with this hackamore. It is a little tight. I might switch back to the other one here in a second. So when I'm out 50 miles from home at the end of a day moving cattle, I want to be on a smart horse. We're both tired. I want to get home. I don't want to run into a grizzly bear and have a horse blow up on me again. And I don't want to get into a wreck if I don't have to. I picked this horse. We can go somewhere. We can go. No, you're kind of rooting. I don't want to say rude because I like you, but you're kind of rooting on the hackamore. So here, if I am going to touch her with my spurs as we're going, I'm going to first flex my bum. Kira at Equus Physio and I were working on that the other day in the little demo she made me do in the arena, which was pretty embarrassing and a lot of fun. And I'm going to flex my bum. I'm going to use my inner thigh, and I'm going to increase that pressure right to my knees, to my calves, and then I'm going to just touch her with a spur a little bit. There. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Right now I've got no leg pressure on her. She's just finding her way. Gonna let her go somewhere and figure it out. I'm really liking the head position of this horse. Again, like I said, she kind of will be a little bit rooty on the hackamore, and a lot of that's just the bloodline deal. And that's fine. I like it. It's personality. I want a horse with personality. I don't want to just ride something old and dull and easy going that's going to do everything. Let's try it this way. Flex my bum, inner thigh, knees, calves, little bit of spur roll. Oh, you found it. Little too much spur. Hugh, I'm going to blame you on that for telling me to put these big things on and me not having that timing on it at the moment.
Well,
let's try it again. I'm just joking, Hugh.
Generally, spurs are used for direction and not so much for impulsion.
Very true. Oh, you want to go there? We can go there. Kind of crooked. You're walking over that how I drive. It is true, and Hugh makes a great point on that. Yesterday I used the flag, a little bit of leg for impulsion. Today I've got the spurs on, I'm just getting her a little bit used to it, and she wasn't a huge fan of it, and that's fine by me. Let's go this way again. Good, look at her. Nice, free. She's soft through the ribs, soft through her front, she's sneezing, ears forward. This is everything I'm looking for in a ranch horse until she stops at a gate like we're gonna have a beer at the end of the day. Nice and free, no pressure there. Oh, let's go. Yeah, cool, girl. A little bit of leg, and she took off to the gate at a trot. I'll cheat and use it. Let's try this way. Okay, you can stop and sneeze, but we got to get going again. Got places to go, things to see, ears perked forward. She's a happy little horse. I could care less if we win this afternoon. This is my goal. She's happy, ears are forward, she's looking, we're going places, we're going places, we're really going places. Look at her ear, head drops down, nice. Good. Cool, kid. This is typical of rockin' hard horses. Anything with their brand, this is the exact mentality. You will not find better horses. You want to be cheap and buy it from an auction, go for it. You're going to end up spending more on training and more on a hospital bill than what this horse is going to cost you originally. Life insurance, buy a good horse. Buy a smart horse. Buy from Rocking Hard. You're welcome, Mel.
Yeah, it doesn't cost any more to feed a good one than to feed one you don't like.
Typically, it's even cheaper to feed a good one because they're typically easy keepers because they're relaxed. You don't have to have them all hopped up on gray and lots of other things. But it's true. A lot of people say, oh, I don't know if I want to buy.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, don't scare yourself at me while I'm up here. Let's take you out before we do get in a wreck. All right, she found it. Let her see it. Let her play with it. Move on. I don't need to stay there for hours. She already figured it out. I clucked. The cool thing about big spurs is you can hear them ring and jingling as you ride.
You got jingle bobs on those, Trevor?
No, I don't. I got a harmonica, though.
Yeah,
play
that's
and ride.
right. Yeah.
Let's go this way. Good. Little forward. Little forward. Little more forward. See how she's not going anywhere? Watch this change. Front right foot. Walking off. I don't need to stand there kicking and booting her. I just need to change the thought and change the direction. Why would I want to sit there kicking on her? Okay, we'll go back around again. I don't want to sit there kicking on her and get in a lot bigger than I have to. If I just change that direction and give her a front foot somewhere to go, all of a sudden that's that mental switch that I need for her to go somewhere. Let's see if we can nod over there. Nope, nope, nope. Front left. We'll try that answer. Let's see here.
That's about the spot where Dixie blew up, wasn't it?
What's that?
You don't want to hear it.
Oh, I know what you said now. Just took me a second. That is a very similar spot, isn't it? Here she's kind of fighting. I'm probably going to hop off and actually throw that other hackamore on.
Ooh, looking good.
See her expression change a little bit as we pick up speed?
How much time do you have left now, Trevor?
Oh, probably about 8 or 9 minutes.
No, 5.5.
got carried away. What else do we need for this afternoon in there, Hugh?
Oh, let me see. We have
Tart, noodles, poles.
drag a log, and I got the sheet here somewhere. Here we go. Jog and lope circles in both directions, stop and back up, swing a rope, go over the poles, pick up all 4 feet, go over the tarp, move off of pressure, over the bridge, load in a trailer, and the optional ones are open a gate and do the car wash and open a mailbox for a total of 250 possible points.
I feel like I've told you I've got a kind of a bad memory. That was a long list.
Repeat it back now.
Sorry if this sprays you.
Whoa.
Sometimes a little gentle touch can help. Can you stand? She's ready to go to work, Hugh. Oh, look, a log. Oh, look, another one. Okay.
Pretty good job of placing those without having to carry them.
I'm not too worried if we lope today. We'll lope later in the afternoon. Sometimes getting into a bigger space with a horse that's getting stuck going forward like she is, it's a little bit nicer. Sometimes it's a lot longer ride too. Good. There, I added a little heel. See if we can go straightish. Let's try that again. Uh-oh. All right, let's go from a little farther away, see if we can get her straight before we get there. No, forward. Front foot. Yeah, we can go this way. Horse is going to go where they want to go anyway. Sometimes people say they got a barn sour horse, and they run them away from the barn, and then they come back and they get barn sour, and they run them away from the barn. Where are you going to end up at the end of that day, no matter how far you run away from that barn? Unless somebody picks you up in a trailer 10 miles away. You're going back to the barn. So, make it easier on yourself. Pick a direction and help her go there. So if that little bridge is the barn, I'm going to say, well, we'll go this way. Now we'll go this way. Now we'll go this way. And we're going to zigzag all the way back to the barn. Because both of us need to get there at the end of the day anyway. So why run her away and increase all that energy instead of just controlling her feet and helping her get to where you need to go as well?
We're at the 2-minute mark now. 2 minutes to go.
So there's her back up. Slide my hand down. Pick up on the hackamore. Just let her, there's her back up. Slide my hand down. Pick, there it is. Slide my hand down. Pick up on the hack. There it is. Slide my hand. There it is. Slide. There. Slide. There. Slide. There. Good enough. Don't need to be pulling on a horse. Just got to offer a feel and hope they can find it. And if not, you change the question to help them find it. She's pretty good there. We're down to the 2-minute mark. She's learning how to be saddled and unsaddled pretty quick every time.
Down to 1 minute.
Oh,
And it's looking
so much
good.
extra time. I could have done that up proper.
Yeah, you could have done. Yeah.
That's okay. She's done. I get to clean that up after anyway. So, anybody have any questions? You know, silent crowds sometimes just scare me.
What are they thinking?
You've either talked too much, talked too little, made it really clear as mud, or they've just been so overloaded they don't have a question. And there's a lot of times I say things out loud to myself that don't even make sense to me. So sometimes people will hear something 3 or 4 times before it makes sense. I know I was kind of that way when I first met Tom down in Colorado, and I kept going back and trying to learn, trying to figure it out, and it just takes time, practice.
There's your 45 minutes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, judges. Happy birthday again.
What a nice job from Trevor Mertes. And this beautiful filly, boy, she put together. Well, the finals for the Trainers Challenge are in the Suites Arena just over here. They'll be starting to set up at about 1 o'clock, and the Showdown finale starts at 2:15. See you over there.